Well, here is the process for this week's analysis. And the first step, when you want to look into the Woozle effect, or the shabby arguments they use, is to isolate keywords from the argument and then tuck in a couple of the authors. And you can see, I think 97% is actually enough here. And then look at some of the authors they cite. They have Legates here and Toll. Pretty simple stuff. And then Google that. My apologies, I added Cook as well. And if you Google those four things, 97%, Toll, Legates, Cook, and skeptical science, then you will get the rebuttal of whatever nonsense is in the Heritage Report. As I mentioned, skeptical science is a website put up by a group of scientists who take it as their duty to rebut disinformation about global warming. So any of these first two hits will be well worth reading, and you'll see what is wrong and fraudulent about the original Heritage Foundation article. You guys can find that. I'm sure you can figure it out. And then after you do that, open up the article, read through it, keep the Heritage Foundation argument in mind. You guys already know from this week why they argue what they do. And you'll find a pretty robust rebuttal. And then what you'll do is shape a discussion that starts with the Heritage Foundation argument about, in this case, 97%, and then you'll pivot to the rebuttal in skeptical science. So this is a really good exercise in critical thinking and also information literacy. Along the way, while you're on the Woozle effect, you might also want to look into what their faulty citation, because that's also Woozle. That's actually the main part of the Woozle, I should say, is the faulty citation. So all you have to do is look into the sources. Number 6, look at Legates, Soon, any of these people, and Google them. Use their name and just Google climate denial, or Google Legates Greenpeace if you want, or Legates climate denial, and you'll find that virtually everybody they cite is a climate denialist. That's easy to do. You might want to add that to your notes, but don't make it the focal point of your writing, because it's pretty simple to say, David Legates, climate denialist. There's not a lot of critical thinking there, but it is good to know. So you actually have two levels of Woozle. One is faulty citation, and the other is fraudulent argument. And you can find all of those things by going through this process. So start with some keywords, plus a few of the authors, Google it, plus skeptical science. I keep forgetting that. And then look at the rebuttals by skeptical science. And then while you're at it, toggle around and find the reputations of a few of the authors, the bad ones. And this is what we're going to do for this following week. And this will be probably the meatier part of your essay, which will be your final project. I hope this helps you. Get started.